What? Something new?
Wow.
Dang. You know,
I thought YouTube had to be here in order for us to do a video.
No, I don't. I don't think you understand how that works.
I don't.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday
At the shop.
Saturday at the shop. And full disclosure to start it off, I like doing this stuff, but I know that I'm gonna be able to look back here in like 20 years and look at these videos and remember these times when we did this together and I had hair.
Yes.
So
yes,
this is for my hair.
So you know how like on the cooking shows they'll throw all the stuff in the pot, and then the next time they open it, it's all done. So this is what you got to look forward to.
This is what we've got now. It's all right. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome.
How come hair is such an important topic? Hogan's hair?
Yeah, that's it. I was hoping I would be smoking a crux this morning.
And so is Adrian. Hey guys, happy Saturday. It is it's a big week this week.
That is a big week, but it was a big week last week.
It was bigger. That was the biggest.
Yeah, I really enjoyed last week. Talk to us about what happened last week.
We did our first member appreciation event. It was
overdue.
It was well overdue. But what was fun was you got to drop something during one of these events. But the event was fun. It had music, we had food, we had drinks. I'm not supposed to say the drinks part because our insurance guy gets anxious.
It was and we pinned a couple new DGs.
We pinned a couple of new
one of them.
A couple of new distinguished gentlemen were pinned, which is virtually one of the most difficult organizations to get into.
It is.
My wife and Ale went so over the top on the gifts, the gift baskets, the lighters with member put on it, individual name badges.
It was.
Hey, look, Ty Demery's here.
Speaking of a DG.
Yeah, speaking of a DG, we got Tyrone Demery in the house. Which reminds us,
that's a good point.
There's more and more people coming up. Right now we have a crowd of one. But if you want to get up and drink some coffee, your coffee's right there, Todd. If you want to get up and drink some coffee on a Saturday morning and beat the heat and have some fun and hang out while we do this. And Demery, you could grab a mop, whatever you'd like. I mean, we got to clean. Yeah. So let's finish up about the member event.
Okay, so member event. I think I summed it up perfectly in my own post. We drank too much, we smoked too much, and a good time was had by all.
That's pretty much bingo. For our Facebook friends, did you put it on? No,
on Instagram. I'll post that up today.
Brandon did an outstanding video of the event that recaps the event. I think, with the exception of the hangover, I think it does a great job of capturing what it was about. And really what it was about was us saying how much we truly appreciate the customers that have got us here, our members. It was a members only event, by the way.
Yeah, and sorry to those who we didn't that showed up. And good morning, Legion Concepts. Hey, we had a couple that showed up and said, "Hey, I'm a regular." Unfortunately, it was a members event, so we will do some. I think we'll do some regular driven stuff.
Of course we will, and we do a lot of events that the regulars are. Of course, everybody is invited to some of those events, just that the members maybe don't pay, whereas it may be a pay for a ticket. But
hey, good morning to you as well, Casey Hogan.
So it was, from an event standpoint, it went perfectly. We had, I think the final count was 94 people here, which was absolutely incredible. Another shout out to Toro Cigars, Principal Cigars, La Galera, La Polina,
Jerry,
and who else?
And Dunbarton.
And Dunbarton
came through.
Yeah. That was. But they provided the cigars for the evening and opened a lot of eyes, which was really the goal. Was I gave the opportunity to most all of our vendors, and this was a chance to get a cigar that maybe our customers have never had.
Right.
and try it, and it opened some eyes, and
What
it was really good.
What I noticed as well was we had a mixture of dark leaves. So we have a lot of dark wrappers that were in there. I don't think we had any Connecticut's, anything like that. And a lot of our normal smokers, our shop's palate, so to speak, is something generally a little lighter.
Yeah, a little lighter medium.
But they tried in those, the Lagolera Maduro, the new La Polina, all those a little bit darker. And I think it was
it opened.
I think
it opened some eyes to challenge their palates a little bit. Wasn't intentional. I imagine the Scotch and the tacos challenged it too, because they went through a lot of that as well. But yeah, we went through about, I think, 400 or 500 cigars. So it was
so a big thanks to everyone who to those 5 brands that really stepped up and helped us make this something truly memorable.
Go watch the video that
I'll post it up on
that's out there. And this kid is pretty good with his video skills. There's no doubt about that. You should start a company that does video production.
I've literally been doing that for years now.
What are you naming it?
Go local. Naming it. I named it.
Oh, I keep seeing go low. I thought it was locale. I thought you were trying to tell me to go lose some more weight.
I am, but it's only for your own good.
Hate him, dipshit. Yeah.
So let's talk what's coming up, and I think there's one thing that I'm very excited about is we have.
I was just wondering what it was going to be.
What would you say it is?
I was going to say, you were going to say it's cigars and cars.
I am going to say you're dead ass wrong. It's the 1880 release. Pre-sale.
That is going to be.
Starting this week.
Oh, really?
It is. I just made that up.
I will be. I think the valuable lesson that we learned on the last 1880 release.
Good morning, Travis.
Was since that was the first cigar that our family has ever done in our name that has ICC on it, we should have bought some because they sold out before we actually had a chance to get it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's nice that some of our customers let us have a couple of our cigars.
But
it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, I like this idea, boutique cigar night. I think basically every night is boutique cigar night here at Industrial. We've got some of the big guys, but we got some little guys. Come in and join us. I know you've been in before. We'd love to have you again. Speaking of boutique, let's go to that 1880. So that's going to release. And last time what we did was if you bought 2 boxes, we'd engrave your name on there. That continues, but we're going to change it. If you buy 2 boxes, we've got this. If you haven't seen it, we have this little figurine. We name him Guillermo. And it's a Day of the Dead head that is our 1880 sub-brand. And really, we're making some gear. We're getting some shirts made. We're getting some merchandise. Cool. So if you buy a couple boxes on the pre-sale, we will outfit you, make sure you can smoke the cigar and have the gear on at the same time. I'm really proud of the design, and I think it's something that gives us something to grow as well.
Let's say hi to Brenda.
Oh, yeah.
And look who's reaching out from Mexico.
Nathan.
We
don't feel bad for you.
We do not feel bad for you. You can kiss our ass. He's down there having so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you for joining us, Chris. Yeah, we missed him though at the event. You might have.
I missed him.
I know he was watching Lucha Libre. He was at the fights.
I'll bet you $8 that he got in the ring on amateur night. One of those on his little bald head and got to fulfill his ultimate dream of throwing a midget. That's his dream. He's got a short bucket list. So what's going on with you guys this morning? Anybody out there that was at the event? What did you think? Did you have fun?
What did you think? And
what did you do?
Shit. Sorry, Instagram. Hey, and that's a good question. Is also, what are you smoking this morning? What are you smoking this morning? What are you smoking this morning?
What are you guys smoking? I'll tell you what I'm smoking. This is a new line that just came to the shelves this week. It is called the Smoking Jacket. A lot of you guys already know that we're huge fans of the Principal cigar line. We do an amazing amount of business with that line. That line is that product is blended with Darren Coffee, Chaffee, I'm sorry, and KBF in the Dominican,
which stands for Kellner Boutique Factory, is what you were about to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Kellner,
but Hendrik Kellner Jr. is the master blender, and he works with Darren at Principal. Well, we're cruising through the Davidoff booth at the show, and there's Hendrik Kellner Jr. sitting there, sitting in front of a box of cigars that look like this, the smoking jacket. Well, these are his cigars. Hendrik Kellner Sr. is the master blender for Davidoff. So he grew up in that factory. He has that flavor, kind of that flavor embedded in him. And but he gets all of this, that's the small batch exotic tobaccos that most factories can't really do enough production run on in order to justify doing it.
Right.
So he takes it and then gets with people like Darren to blend something special. Well, he blended something special.
He really did.
This cigar here is a limited edition. They made 300 boxes of 10, and this is an exceptional cigar. It's $12, and then the rest of the line is like $9 and $8. But we thought we'd bring it in, dip our toe in the water, see what happens. It's almost all gone. It's been here for 4 days.
Yeah,
so
it's something else. And I think it's cool because if you look at some of the bigger brands that are in the humidor, actually I shouldn't say the bigger, but some that are really dear to our heart, a few of them, Patoro, Principal, and really kind of that Davidoff family of Avo, Zeno, the fun stuff, Camacho, and into the Davidoffs. You look at this last name, Kellner, the Kellner family, and they all have ties in. When the owner of Patoro, Patrick Martin, was working for Davidoff, he was one of the guys responsible for hiring Hendrik Kellner Sr. And then, now that's a fantastic brand, and he grew up, Hendrik Jr. grew up in that factory, so he knows him, and you've got the Principal element to it. It's a big interweave.
The roots just run deep through that family.
It shows that. It's very similar. I mean, it's very indicative of the industry. It's family driven.
I'll tell you, one of the coolest things when we were in the Davidoff booth and talking to Hendrik Kellner Jr., who introduces us to his son, and then wanted to make sure once Pops got into the booth and Brandon had already started talking to him, and Nathan comes rolling in, that he wanted to make sure that we met his father, right? And had this whole kind of
speaking of
father-son moment.
Speaking of that father-son moment, that guy look familiar? Father-son, Nelson Alfonso. Atabeys are back in the humidor.
Oh,
holy cow!
Yes, Atabeys are back, and
nice. These things are magic.
Over-under on how many minutes that stays up here before it falls off.
Oh, what is the over-under here? The winner gets
about a minute. But no, it is the Atabey and Byron line are our highest volume line for one simple reason: you guys love it, and we couldn't
two reasons. It's also awesome.
It is pretty awesome. Well, they love it for a reason.
Yeah.
But this cigar line has done beyond our wildest dreams. I think beyond theirs. And we're very excited to announce that not only will we have 4 new Byron and Atabey sizes, they're bringing a very, very small quantity into the United States, under 50 boxes, and we'll be one of 4 dealers that will get those boxes. So they will be in shortly.
Thank you, Primo. Come by and stop into the shop. We'd really welcome that.
The other thing is marketers, but it appears that on September 14th and 15th, Nelson Alfonso and his son are going to come in from Spain, and they're going to hang out with us. We're going to shoot video. You're going to be gone.
I'm going to be gone. Damn it. This is the second time I missed it.
Maybe you need to plan your vacations a little bit better.
Like 8 months ago.
My life was just fine not going on vacation for almost like 30 years in a row. So
yeah, well,
you're just being selfish.
Our lives were fine when we thought steak was ground beef on a Foreman grill. Hamburgers.
Close your eyes and put enough A1 on it. I don't know what you're complaining about. Sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah,
but no, I think that with Nelson Alfonso and his son Nelson Alfonso coming in, we're gonna have a lot of fun. The guy is so cool. He's writing a book called 462. There's 464. Let's settle at 463. 464 steps in making a cigar, and only one of them is rolling. So he's really going to get into those details.
Speaking of, let's kind of as he rolls out, he gets to the final stages, the final steps, it comes down to the consumer and how they're smoking and how they're doing it. Talk to me and talk to Chris here. What's that thing like? What's a flavor like for you?
Well, what's interesting is I'm getting a citrusy note right out of the gate. It's really, really smooth. There's clearly some really nice age on this tobacco. There's no bitterness. The retrohale is flawless. I mean, in fact, there's only a couple of cigars that we have in here that the retrohale is this smooth.
Wow.
It's very full flavored, but it's not real strong. I would say it's early in the stick. I would say it's a solid 5-6 with not a lot of pepper, and it's just a real kind of creamy, nutty. The winner won.
Nobody.
Those two.
No one won except for me because I'm going to smoke it. That says a lot coming from a $10 cigar. That's all the price points on those 9, 10, 12. Okay.
12
so it's 9,
to our
10,
members.
12.
To our members, it's like 10-15.
Well, I mean, that's yet another valuable stick that comes in. What else can we talk about? What's happening next week, just briefly?
Let's talk about.
Can we just fight about this for a second, then?
About the smoking rides.
About sticks and whips?
Who came up with that?
Mark Rogers.
Mark?
I think it's Cars and Cigars still.
It's not.
We've got a car show next week. Please
bring your cars out.
Bring your cars
or motorcycles or
push it here. If you have anything cool, bring it. If it's not cool, bring it and park over there, and then get a cigar and look at the other cool ones. Bring your family. It'll be out.
And tell your friends that have cool cars, because if you don't have a cool car, you probably know somebody that does.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're telling your friends, bring your cool cars.
Bring your cool cars. Oh, tires and tobacco. Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna have to have a 4-way death match to the naming rights of this.
He's got guns though.
That's a good point, Adrian. I think you're winning.
Adrian's winning because he has guns.
He has guns.
So that's going on. On August 6th, we're having Cigar 101.
That's right. That's from seed to stick, talking about the process.
Yes.
I can't get enough of these Cigars 101s. And
we did one this last week, and half the people have never smoked a cigar, and 2 of them said, I think it's time for me to start smoking cigars.
Yeah, and I think that's an element. It looks like other shops in the area are seeing that there is value as well. And I think we just continue to do this because we want to be the thought leaders and the educators of the cigar, really of this area, but really the industry when we're talking about next level things. But this is, God, they're always fun. And I always take something new from it too.
We had, we cut a cigar open. I actually learned something in the way that La Galera actually wraps 2 wrappers around the foot of the cigar, which I thought was interesting. But as soon as you cut that thing open, it reminded me back when I was in biology class in school where they cut the frog open and then everybody runs over to see what's inside. We cut that cigar open and opened it up and started pulling different elements of the cigar, the leaves, various wrapper, binder, filler. And it just, when people get to see the construction that goes on inside there and really the art that goes into putting that cigar together, that's going to make even the entry going to our one that's on the 31st, August 31st with Edgar Hoya. One's going to be so cool.
I can't say enough how excited I am to kind of take it full circle. We've got that 1880, so he's bringing all those little cigarillos. I can't remember what he called them. I want to say guaraches, but I know that's flip-flops in Spanish, so I don't think it's that.
I'm pretty sure.
But he's bringing little small things and doing essentially a blending session.
Well, yeah, it basically looks like a cocktail straw. It's about like that big. And he's going to do it of each one of the wrappers, each one of the fillers, each one of the binders. And then you'll actually be able to smoke what a Maduro wrapper tastes like and what a Habano wrapper tastes like and go through that process. And then show the magic that happens when you put a piece of filler and a piece of binder with it and then smoke all of them at the same time and how everything just completely mellows out. But to have a blender talk about how he does it and why he uses certain tobaccos from certain parts of the world is just, that's sitting with top chefs and letting them explain to you how they do what they do.
Yeah, and I think what's important with that is it's all going to be Mexican San Andreas tobacco, which I think it's now we're in like it was Pennsylvania broadleafs for a while where everyone was. But now with this specific region, Casa Trent, they're the premier when it comes to it. And something that really bugs me is when we see a cigar manufacturer that comes in and says it's got Nicaraguan binder and filler and it's got Honduran wrapper. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean to me?
What does that mean to me?
What does it mean to you? I mean, that's
Adrian.
See, Adrian. There's that old thing that they say, which is what's in it for me. At some point, somebody's got to tell me what that means, and that's exactly what this is going to be about. It's going to be much more than just
It's
talk a little bit. By the way, what are you smoking? We haven't seen that bad.
I haven't seen this
in a long time.
Boy, for those who have smoked this before, For those who haven't, boy, you're missing out. This Avo Synchro Nicaraguan, it's one of my favorites in the humidor, just in terms of how smooth it is, easy it is to smoke, nice tight box press, draws great. They're fantastic.
We
cigars.
just got them back in, and
our friend Daniel Himmel smoked this for the first time, and we were going next to the Davidoff, their 50-year and a few different ones, and he was smoking. I think this is the one he wouldn't set down. This is a good cigar.
Yeah, really good cigar. So we're excited to have those back in. We have, as we told you when we went to the show, and a lot of you guys, videos Brandon produced while we were at the trade show a couple of weeks ago, that product has all started to arrive. And our philosophy has changed. Instead of going wide and shallow, wide meaning 15 facings of a particular product that are maybe the size difference is very subtle, to tightening that up and going deeper. And our shelves are literally bowing right now, which is concerning.
It is seriously concerning because they're steel.
But I'm going to quickly go down, and you listen for your favorites, but I'm going to quickly go down the list of product that arrived this week. The new smoking jacket cigars, La Galera showed up, Casa Trent showed up, the 1880s are in, the original Toro, the full size. The Aladinos are in, the Drew Estates product is in, Tatuaje has been reloaded, Atabeys, Byrons, Bandoleros stacked to the ceiling. Padrones came back in. That Diamasa has been, or Damasa.
Damasa. Oh, the
Damaso.
Damaso.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and so some of the guys have really jumped on that. So the Padrones are back in. Avo, Xeno Platinum, and Romacraft all came in just this week. And we've got it stacked to the ceilings. There's some other product that we've seen that has also been put in there. How are you?
Hey, Crushed Taco.
Crushed Tacos is here.
You want me to leave this right here for you?
Yeah.
What is that for?
It's going to be breakfast for you.
Oh, hey,
Those guys.
Crushed Taco.
Crushed Tacos. Look, we're not just saying it because they brought us food.
But we are saying it because they brought us food.
It's in gift cards for you as well, guys.
And gift cards.
Thank you.
Gift
Thank
cards.
you. These guys know what's going on. They were here part of the member event. They know how to treat people. We're going to
I'll
keep
tell you
doing stuff with them. Holy cow.
They opened some eyes on how good their tacos are.
And with cigars, too. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day. So with cigars, they're still kind of sweet, savory, but they don't beat up your palate, I've noticed. So
What we should do is
that's super cool. Look at all these breakfast tacos we got.
We should start talking about
Hey, what other stuff should we talk about?
Mercedes, because I want one of those, and maybe they'll bring us one of those for
that's
free.
good. That's good. Let's start thinking about other things.
Look at Demery woke up.
Let's start talking about 1967 Shelbys.
Yes.
That was cool.
That was cool. Those guys are
Okay,
so
we're
cool.
at 24 minutes. We're wasting people's time here.
How could, what are
Because they
gonna
could be
doing?
in here. They could be in here, but we're holding
Get
them up.
in
There's
here.
no traffic. Come to the shop. Let's wrap this
Let's
thing
do
up.
a
You're boring me.
let's do a blind and come in and ask to do a blind man's draw.
Oh, that
We just completed one this week with Chris, one of our members, and what's been really interesting with this, where we blind pick 6 cigars, it's $50. We write down the numbers. We write a number on the cigar. We actually sit with you on the first cigar, and we talk about it and we smoke it together. and then you get to do your homework and listen to this and smoke those cigars the rest of the time. And then afterwards, we sit down and you rank them, and then I tell you which cigars they are. In every single case, the number 1 and number 2 cigar that was chosen as the winner by each individual guy, they didn't even know we sold it.
That's awesome.
And so they had been walking past it. But it's a great deal. And one of our member, we were trying to come up with a name for it last week, Blind Man Draw.
Yeah,
and come in and ask for it. One of us will walk you through the process.
But we're going to formalize that. I think let's formalize that this week so you can come in and grab that week's pack. We can run through that.
Yeah.
We'll make that a recurring. And Travis, just in case you're wondering, the cigar that we're smoking is the Smoking Jacket. I don't know if Davidoff will have it in Vegas, but if anyone have it, they're going to. I really hope so. If not, let us know. We'll send it off to you. We'll get it to you. That'll be there, no problem.
This is a really good cigar.
No, honestly, the hanky, the one he made after his son or after his father, is fantastic. That gold label's my favorite.
It's good. Hey guys, we hope you have fun with this. We look forward to it.
It's a super selfish pursuit, though. I just want to be hanging here with my dad on a Saturday morning and watching.
The bottom of that ass is hot as hell.
He needs help, and I'm just here to help him. And we appreciate everyone's time on Saturday morning.
I would like to just say something. We just found out that my dad back in Nebraska is having some health issues. So everybody say a prayer for him. He's going to be fine. But just found out about it yesterday. So do us a favor, say a prayer for him. And we appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Saturday morning because we love hanging out with you.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Peace, love, cigars, Saturday at the shop. Oh, nice. Let's see you later.
Smoking rides.
God damn it.
That was fucking awesome.
You got me a TV show.
We need to be able to promote this thing. That's the problem with it is you can't promote anything.
That bird.
Jesus. I'm just now getting rid of it.
Man, they hooked it up.
They hooked it up. Dude, look how many breakfast tacos they gave us. Gift cards and shit. Jesus.
Well, you fucking spent $800 there the other night. You probably only ate 10% of it.
That's cool. Yeah.
Pork sausage. What? Bacon.
That fucking brisket is good as shit.
God, how many people they think we have up here? That's good business.
The price sauce on the internet.
Look them out. Yeah, those are fun to do. Yeah,
These things are huge.
If I own that taco shop, I would be over here every day. At least if you've got a new deal, like how they are serving breakfast tacos, get it in the mornings.
This pork sausage is fucking awesome.
A brisket?
That brisket is God damn. It's good. They had chorizo in there too, didn't they?
Did you?
I think I saw chorizo.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, that was that. Oh, boy, but that's really so good.
Salsa.
Chorizo. Oh, meat.
Let's you want to snap a photo? We'll put this up. We could do like a. Holding these. That's $20 deals. We could do something. Maybe
First,
buy an Atabey.
spend $40 at ICC and get $20 fresh taco. Who's this? Oh, that's a Teresa.
Maybe hold all the like this. Like, and then in 3 seconds, drop the bags. 3.
Hold on. Kai, grab that salsa so it doesn't go flopping around.
Three, but you got me.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Didn't do it. Didn't do it.
It sounded like I broke the table.
No, this is good. We can use this. We can do this one.
What it's all about.
I'm on this Rizzo number. Oh, still. Yeah, I just set that here.
I'm back to. God damn, shit. I'm gonna have to do that bacon. They actually put bacon on the cooktop. Oh, that's bacon.
Oh shit! What's the thing of?
What?